Look at this view. Isn't it beautiful? Right under this power line. And I have also here this bike. This bike is attracting attention not less than this scenic view of power lines. This is a vintage Shelby vintage bike, limited edition. This number is 053. When I saw it, I say, wow, man, this is the best looking bike, e-bike I have ever seen. That thing looks like a fuel tank. That thing looks like a motor. It is, when I saw it, I could not take my eyes out of it. Look at this huge front light. And the appearance of this bike is just 5 stars. Excellent. But since I'm reviewing this bike, I would like to speak a little bit about what is going on here. So, look at those stoppers. Those are made out of real leather. Front shock is really good. It doesn't have a big travel, just enough for the asphalt. This is the right shock. Very good. I love it. Direct drive motor, definitely good. Also, it has recuperation, which is also I like. The gear ratio here, it is good only until if you ride like 15 miles an hour, you can pedal. After 15, doesn't really make sense. This bike makes 33 miles an hour with no pedal assist, just on the motor. So those are just decorative things. It has really nice Supernova taillight, but Supernova on my bike, it has function of recuperation mode, of the braking mode. This one just glowing. Wait a second, I didn't notice that when I was making the video, but I noted when I started editing it. This bike is missing a Brooks saddle. If you want to have a classical looking bike, the Brooks saddle, in my opinion, is a must-have option on that bike. Instead of that, they throw a cheap plastic saddle. Also, that saddle doesn't have enough suspension. I must say that it's very, very harsh to ride on that bike because it's very difficult to raise on your feet as you're riding on a cruiser. And fat suspension seat or suspension seat post is a must-have option on that bike. Throttle cable, it's a little bit short. You see that? That is very thin cable, not really long, not really enough length. As I rode on this bike, that thing is rattling because you can probably open this side to replace the lamp. So as you ride, that thing rattles. That's minus. Cannot say anything good or bad about those brakes. Fine, like Tetra or other, for instance Shimano. Good brakes. Cannot complain. And now I have the question, what the fuck is that? Guys, you made a bike for 7 grand, 7.5 grand. You were unable to put those wires somewhere, for instance here, because all the splashes from the front wheel as you ride, they would go straight into those open exposed wires, and when they will become really wet, you will fuck up either motor, either controller. That's a very bad spot for any cables. Also, what I would do, I would stretch those cables somewhere here. This space is relatively clean out of splashes because as the wheel spins, all the dust and dirt is going on the sides but not in the middle. So this is supposed to be here. And also, if you look at the cheap garbage Bafang motors, they have all-in-one. Guys, you were unable to do that. That's big markdown for this 7.5 grand bike. So overall design, 5 stars out of 5. How they build it, I would say 4, but bad solution of power cable is 3 stars out of 5. Yeah, what's up, man? What do you think about it?
I love it. Classic.
It is.
It is classic.
It is. When I said, man.
You like it?
Yeah, definitely. Out of question.
Yeah, it's a good
The
motor.
appearance is just
Where's
outstanding.
the battery? Right in the middle?
Yes, this is the battery.
Wow. That is gorgeous. How fast does it go?
So I don't know the maximum speed for this bike, but I made like 33, 34 miles. So
No, you didn't. 33 miles an hour?
33 miles an hour. That thing is making.
No.
Let's go.
No.
Let's go.
Really?
Yeah, let's go. Let's make a loop.
I'll follow you.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Let's go there. As a ride, I would like to say a few words about Shelby vintage bike. This bike was assembled by some other bike shop and the customer brought it in with a request to fix the rear wheel. The customer wanted the bike as soon as possible, so I didn't have much time to play with it. Speaking about electrical components, they aren't high-end but sturdy enough to live for years. Throttle is very gentle, and even if you hit it all the way down, bike won't jump off from you, which is good. On the other hand, the battery will last roughly for 25-30 miles if you're cruising approximately 30 miles an hour. To say even more, the battery is not removable on this bike, so this bike is not designed for long rides because you cannot take a spare battery with you. And also you would have to think about charging the whole bike without taking the battery out, which might be inconvenient in some situations. Also, speaking about the winter, you would have to dress up, which would raise the air resistance. Therefore, the range of this bike will drop till approximately 20 miles. That's only my roughly assumption. Overall, I must say this is a weekend bike. If you want to grab likes on a beach or show off in front of your friends, this machine will definitely perform that.
Like 33, 35?
Yeah, if there would be not such a big wind resistance, if I would follow the wind, you could squeeze probably 35 miles.
Right?
Yes, direct drive. So when you're slowing down, juice goes back into the battery. Recuperate maybe like 100 watts out of like 700. So it's not like fully regenerate it,
But you get enough.
but
You get something.
not enough, but just better than nothing. Let's say that.
Yeah. Wow, I'm impressed. I'm gonna look over there. I want to check
Yeah.
out the price.
Oh yeah.
It's
I would say yes. It was full. It was full.
You was doing 35, I'm 25.
It was a full charge 20 minutes ago. Now it's half charge.
Oh, wow. That's
How many ways it done though is the question.
Huh?
I can get back to that.
Let me
This is the Cobra
shit.
Shelby.
Vintage Shelby, yeah.
Vintage Shelby, yeah.
How much is it?
7,500.
Like, that's because of the direct drive.
No. That's because of the whole appearance. If you look at the details, how they make it, for instance, the frame is expensive by itself. I replaced it into different spot here. It's much safer, but I would like to have some cover here, protection. Maybe throw this inside. What I would do as a designer, I would put this cable here and make the second joint here. That would be better, rather, because when you take the wheel off, you would have to unplug the whole cable. That's really inconvenient. Okay, but bikes is still awesome despite of that crap. It is ridiculously amazing. Thanks for watching.